Ceretto here, and I just wanted to share my experience with you guys that I had at the last Infinite Man Summit. So if you guys are thinking about attending and you're not quite sure if you should go, if you're not quite sure if it's worth the time, the money, the travel, I'm here to try to help you with that decision. So number one, right at the top, if you've been looking for the opportunity to meet guys like me, Sasha, some of your other heroes in the scene like James Marshall, some people from outside your main area of focus, like if you watch us mainly for relationship stuff, we also are, provide a lot of content around business, around health, around spirituality. So if you're looking to expand your focus to one of those other groups, the Infinite Man Summit is a great place to start. Also, in between the sessions, like the content is great, the seminars that people put up are life-changing in and of themselves, but being able to approach and have a conversation with one of the speakers in between sets is really powerful. You really get your individual questions answered. You get to talk about the finer details, some more of the subtleties of what the person was saying, and you can really get a much better grasp of the content than you would if you were just watching a video online passively. The other part is that it's active. Like, you have to buy the ticket, get on the plane, get yourself there. It's taking action. And whenever you do take that kind of action, you're often rewarded. Rewarded with more knowledge, a better life, things that improve your overall experience. And that's what's going to happen if you take action on this event. Not just that, but the networking that you do, the bonding, the connecting, the friendships that you build with the other participants at the summit, the other students, the other customers, the other guys that show up to attend. Last year, it was pretty awesome. We had a bunch of the guys in between speakers, and also at night, they'd get together, they'd go hang out, have dinner, and then they'd go out on the town, approaching girls, doing cold approach, doing social freedom exercises, pushing their comfort zone, and then they'd come back in the next day at the summit and tell us all about it. There have been a lot of really strong friendships formed at the last event. So much so that we had guys from India coming to stay in America. We had people from America going over to Europe to spend time with their new friends. It's really, really awesome, really big value add. Now, for me personally, you might think, okay, he's a coach, he sees this stuff all the time, he's been through, these processes all the time. You wouldn't expect me or Sasha or Ryan or one of us to really get an impact from the event, right? It's our event. That's kind of like the artist playing his show, and he's getting really high off himself when he plays his own show. Well, I'm here to say that actually that does happen, and our lives do get changed. For me, I participated in something I'd never participated in before. Speaker Becca Zigani, she'll be there again. She did something called Ecstatic Dance. And Ecstatic Dance is a safe space for people to go in, dance in whatever way they feel comfortable. So it doesn't actually have to be, you don't have to be a voguer or a b-boy or anything like that. Just whatever moves your soul, whatever moves your limbs from within your soul. Create a space for that. There's no talking, only dancing. Only dance when you feel the need. And somehow that behavior, that situation tunes us into that higher level, tunes us into that spiritual dimension. It makes it easier for us to have epiphanies. And I definitely had an epiphany. And mine had to do with my constant chronic worrying. I'm a chronic worrier. I've been much better with it throughout my life as I've aged and done all this work on myself and all that other kind of stuff. But it was really this big, lingering kind of final thing that was in the way, stopping me from really making an impact in this business, from getting away from the mainstream corporate culture and all those other kind of things. Just so much worry. At the Infinite Man Summit, specifically at the Ecstatic Dance part of the evening, I found a renewed faith in the universe that I didn't have before. And this renewed faith allowed me to put down a lot of my worry. I mean, 90+% of it. It's kind of ridiculous. You can ask my wife. I used to drive her nuts with all the constant worry. Oh, what about this, and if this happens, and blah, 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 blah. I'm sure you guys can relate. Ever since then, now my worry is that I don't worry enough. I'm like, bills and this and that, it'll be fine. Have faith in the universe. It'll work itself out. So I've kind of gone to the other end of the spectrum, but to be honest, guys, it's much happier over here. And nothing about putting down that worrying has ever negatively impacted my life. It's been all positive. Now at the same time, at that ecstatic dance, who shows up but of course Sasha Daygame. He pops his head in, he sees what's going on, he sees the power. So my epiphany was silent. Like I had a little breakthrough. Actually, it wasn't totally silent. I started sobbing, you know, that sort of cry that you feel when when you know you've gotten past something really difficult. I don't know, maybe if you're a marathoner or a rock climber and you get all the way to the top or you're all the way to the end and maybe you sob a little bit like, I can't believe I just did that. Well, anyway, so that was my little epiphany. The other guys in there, they had different epiphanies. They had different things, and they were expressing themselves in a lot of different ways. We had one guy crawling around on the floor like a fucking lion, and he was literally, he'd crawl around on the floor, and if something was in his way, he'd smack it out of the way, and he'd go, "Roar!" like that, right? So that was what he was going through. We had other people that were just screaming at the heavens, all that kind of stuff. But Sasha pops his head in, and he sees what's going on, and he's like, oh my God, this is super powerful. That was something that we had never hosted before. Sasha hadn't witnessed something like that before. He pops his head and he sees how strong it was, how powerful it is. Well, that's why it's back a second time. So we get affected, we get impacted, we are with you on this journey. And if you come to the Infinite Man Summit for at least 3 days, it's gonna feel like we are all together, learning from one another, improving our lives, seeking enlightenment, all that kind of great, fun, positive stuff. So if you've been debating going, if you've been questioning the power of this event, take my word for it, guys. It can change your life. It can improve your life. It can open your eyes to things you've never seen before. So go to infinitemansummit.com, get all your information, click there for tickets, get them as soon as possible because the price goes up every 25, and there's a good chance we might have to cap it this year. So as soon as you can, sign up, get your tickets, hit me up if you got questions, and I look forward to meeting you there. And in the meantime, be ballsy.
I learned in this event how I can get things in my life, the things that I want. I came here for inspiration and I found it. And I recommend this event to people who really need a positive change in their life and they are ready for it, but they don't know exactly how to do it. So that's the event for you.
I basically came here to experience more freedom in my life. So getting away from the judgment of what other people think of you and just being free to be me. And I've just met some of the most incredible people here, man. It's just been out of this world, nothing short of magic, in my opinion. And I think everyone I've spoken to would agree with that. So yeah, Sasha's created something really magical here, and I'm so glad that I came.
Came because I've been following the community for a couple of years now, and I just wanted to come out and meet the folks and just absorb even more information. And what I really gained out of it was just talking to lots of like-minded folks, meeting the speakers, getting to bond with them a little bit, which was fantastic. And I would definitely recommend it because it was certainly a wonderful experience and a good excuse to go travel. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still, as you can probably tell, really buzzing from the experience right now. So yeah, what more can I say? I mean, no other words can really do this justice.